Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I just got done cleaning up the garage because I just filmed the portion of my Mark 12 Mod 1 build where I deal with the lower, or I just finished it. It actually took me 2 days. The one thing I've learned about any build is that it never goes as planned. Well, I think it does for other people, but it never goes right for me. Things that are supposed to be just kind of plug and play, things that are supposed to be in spec or everything is supposed to go together just right. It never does, things like uppers and lower receivers that are made by the same company, but you buy them separately, you put them together, and why is it off by just a little bit that makes the takedown pins too tight? Or you buy in this case, an A2 stock, and it goes on, but that little spacer inside the stock, after you get it all together, you realize, oh my gosh, it rattles a little bit. There's a little bit of a gap in there, so you got to do something different. And it's just a little bit on the frustrating side. But anyway, I have that done. Took me a couple days. I discovered when I took the original M4 buffer tube off the lower, and you'll see in the video, whoever put in the original detent spring for the takedown pin, bent it. So I had to wait a day, go down to Rifle Gear and buy a little spring. Anyway, that's just part of the fun of all this. But I just finished the lower, so that should be the next thing out. And then I think I'm going to show the completed project, and I'm going to talk about some final touches to it and some things that after I get it together, and I kind of completed it tonight, but then I had to go order a couple of extra things because I'm going to change some stuff out, and I'll talk about that. It's just, it's super small stuff, super small detail stuff, but it's kind of like what I was talking about before, things that just don't work out, things that are a little bit off, and you're like, oh, maybe I need to do something different with it. So it's just kind of putting on those final touches. But overall, I think the thing came out good. I'm feeling a lot better about the barrel color, because now, maybe because the Cerakote is cured a little bit more, it definitely looks a lot more correct for that dark gray. But anyway, you guys will see that. I hope you're enjoying those videos. I know they're kind of long, and I know I've had a couple of people say they're torture to watch. Well, you don't have to watch, and these are some of my, best fans, okay? And I understand that I do different formats and different styles for everybody. Some people like the super long content, where it's just like me out here, you see me working and talking to you guys. Some people like the very short and concise videos, and so I try to do stuff for everybody, and I understand that not everyone's going to like everything. So I understand if some people want to overlook those, that's fine. I understand, not upset. It's not their cup of tea. But anyway, I wanted to come to you guys tonight. And by the way, I have all firearms put up in safes because I'm about to grab a beer. I know some people say, oh my gosh, you can't be drinking alcohol with guns. There's no guns out here. Everything's back in the safe. So anyway, I wanted to talk about being right again. Yeah, I always joke with people that I know everything. And today proved it. And that has to do with the ATF Pistol Brace Rule. Now, when I made those videos, and I talked about how I'm pessimistic about the future, everyone said, Jason, you're an idiot, because look at all these cases. And I said in those videos, I said, there's nothing coming down the pipe that's going to give you some type of permanent injunction, or they're going to overturn, nothing. We had a couple of cases that are gone before, and then we had a couple of small injunctions that dealt with just specific people. But here we are, months and months later. Everything is still technically being enforced outside of those circuits. Nothing's really happened, like I said. There's not going to be any major enforcement issues. Companies are still going to sell the pistols just without the braces, and that's what's happened. And here we are. Nothing's been overturned. And today, in a district court in North Dakota, which is overseeing a case besides the Fifth Circuit with these pistol braces, everybody thought there was going to be an injunction issued. This is the one everyone was really waiting on, because 25 state attorney generals have joined in this fight to overturn it. The judge is a George W. Bush appointee. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is it, and screaming to the high heavens, shall not be infringed, blah, blah, blah. Jason, you're an idiot because all this is about to happen. Well, guess what that judge did today? He denied the motion for a temporary injunction, a preliminary injunction, nothing, because he said, looking at the case, it is unlikely that the people that are trying to overturn the rule are going to succeed on the merits of the case. I told you guys, okay? And I'm not saying I agree with the judge, because I don't. But just because you say shall not be infringed, or you and I can both agree that something is unconstitutional, doesn't make it so. That's not the way our society and our legal system works. And I told you guys that our court system and our judiciary is not the place to hang all of your hopes. They're going to let you down because the judiciary is now so intermingled with the executive branch because they all want to get promoted, okay? This judge could be looking at the future and going, well, there's not going to be a Republican president ever again, but I would like to get appointed to a higher judgeship. I'm only a district court judge. I sure would like to make it to the circuit court level. And so I'm going to do this and show how brilliant I am and how I can wordplay stuff that the Supreme Court said so I can get a promotion in the future. It's all together now. And you can't hang your hopes here. And that's why I'm saying that the Second Amendment in the U.S., and I know there are other YouTubers that disagree with me. They say we're winning all the time. We're all these wins. I'm telling you, we're winning on some things, but the big stuff we're losing. The things that set precedent for the future, we're losing. Do not expect the ATF pistol brace ban to be overturned. I don't care if it's in the 5th Circuit. I don't care if it's in wherever the circuit is in North Dakota. Was that the 6th Circuit? I don't know. But whichever circuit that is, they're not going to get overturned. Same thing with the bump stock stuff. Everyone says, oh my God, that they overturned the bump stock and so forth. And no, they didn't. The circuit court put it back down to the district court for them to re-adjudicate on new things, but it doesn't mean they're going to. And if it was such a blatant unconstitutional rule, it wouldn't take this long. If it was such a flagrant violation, it wouldn't take this long. Because these judges are trying to figure out how to maintain the status quo. That's it. That's what they're doing. They're not there to rock the boat. They're not there because no judge wants to have their ruling overturned. It happens, but they want to make sure they have some ruling that hopefully gets used in a future Supreme Court case, to be cited, and that it doesn't look good when you rule on something and then the circuit above you throws it out, or the Supreme Court throws it. It's better to look like you went along. That's what the judges want. And you guys rely so much on hope. And as it says, hope is not a plan. Hope is not the way forward. And getting online and screaming shall not be infringed, the ATF can't create law, blah, 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 doesn't mean it's true. And it's not reality. There are people out there, okay, and I'm going to kind of dive into another side of politics here. And honestly, I don't care what you think, okay, about this. You can be, feel free to disagree. Just like I'm sure there are people in your life or you see that are out there saying, even though I'm born one gender, or born one thing, I am something else. And you guys are probably looking at them and going, no, you can believe whatever it is you want. People can say, oh, there's 2 sexes, but 58 genders or whatever it is. And a logical and reasonable person would look at them and go, you can dress however you want. You can say whatever you want, and you can believe whatever it is you want. It doesn't mean that it's true or factual, rational, logical, or reality. And so screaming to the high heavens, the ATF can't create law and shall not be infringed, doesn't mean it's not reality. And I really think that a lot of you guys need to start preparing for the eventuality of what the future holds for the Second Amendment. But of course, I'm one of those pessimistic people. But that's okay. I know some people don't like me. They're going to thumbs down the video. How dare you? Shall not be infringed. They're going to put that in the comment section. I get it. I totally get it. I know why you're passionate. I know why you feel things. I do too. I do too. But it's not reality. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to talk about, kind of the news, and what do you guys think about this issue with this North Dakota District Court saying that the people that are fighting to overturn the rule are not going to win based on the merits of the case. So I told you guys. Remember, I jokingly say I know everything, but it's true because I can plan these things out. I can see the future and what the variables are. So there you go. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and let's have a good discussion. So, as always, thanks for joining me in the garage, and thanks for watching.